This conference will now be recorded.
Right. So in the last class, we just started your new concept like your CLI, where you can go and you can create the resources you're writing just right on your command lines. So by default, when you write any command in anything in here, by default you'll be getting a JSON format, and we try to understand how your JSON form looks like and how the things will be managed or maintained within your JSON format in. So now yesterday we already spoke and saying that okay, without going towards my without getting into my portal level. So I do like to I would like to log into my subscription, and by writing the commands I would like to create the resources within my subscription engine. So how it is possible? So without going to my portal level engine. So for that, the very first thing is like you have to download your CLI externally to your local system engine. So you have to download your Azure CLI to our local system so that you can write down the commands, and you can write down the commands, and you can connect to your subscription first, and you can do whatever you want in here. So see here guys, it's a free of cost. You can go ahead, go to the Google, and you can say like Azure CLI download, Azure CLI download. So this is something you see. How can you install Azure CLI? So click on your the docs we have. So install on Windows, and you can see get the latest release of your Azure CLI. So click on this latest release of Azure CLI. It started downloading in here. So you can go ahead and you can download it. It's a very simple steps. So you don't have anything to change over there. You can go and download it and install within your system in here. Okay. So before installing your things, you can make a check something like you can go to your command prompt here, and you can something like AZ. So since my system has already have my the kind of tool installed within my system, so what it will do when I hit on AZ in here and hit on enter, it should throw me, or it should give me all the commands, or it should say that okay, welcome to cool Azure CLI. So you can go ahead and you can use the things. But for you people, without installing, without starting downloading, or without installing your Azure CLI, go ahead and write down AZ within your command prompt. So it may say that AZ is not recognized either as internal or external command. So that's the error will be thrown for you guys before installing your Azure CLI. But after installing Azure CLI, if you write on AZ, for sure, it should provide me all the list of things what you can do, or it's saying that okay, this is what we have in here. So you can go ahead and you can go on, do your write down the commands whatever you want in here with respect to the CLI in here. So it's not specifically you have to log into my Azure CLI and then log into my subscription. So nothing like anything specific things in here. So directly you can go ahead and you can write down your commands with AZ. So whenever you see AZ in here, it directly internally points to my Azure CLI, saying that okay, if Azure CLI is already existing within the system, then it's this particular AZ command has been recognized, and going forward you can write down your commands automatically in here. Okay, so that's how it happens. So it's taking so long to pull the so see here, I can see welcome to cool Azure CLI in here. If you want to find the version, you can type in this command in here, az -- version, and hit and enter. It should be able to pull my version in here. See, it's a 2.6.0 version in here. Okay, so this is your Azure CLI. After installing it, this is what you get automatically. But if you do not have Azure CLI within your system, then it may throw an error saying that, as I told you, AZ is not recognized either as external command or internal command. That's the error you may get. But after installing it, you can find all those things coming up once you have your saying simple command AZ. So this is just for confirmation whether my things have been successfully installed with my system or not. That's it. Okay, so now as usual, as we discussed earlier, now the very first step is what? I need to log in into my system, because where I'm trying to create my resources, everything in here, I'm trying to create within my subscription level in here. This is my subscription, my portal. And if you see here under my resources groups, I don't see anything in here. So it's a blank one. So I want to create my resources under my subscription. This is my subscription you have in here, and I want to do it in here. So how can I create a resource under your subscription here? For that, you need to log in into your subscription here. So how can you log in it? So you can use the login by writing the command az space login. So let's write down here az and say login. So this is the command where it helps us to to log in within the subscription level. So let me check it out. First of all, do I am already logged in or do I have to log in? So what I'll do, I'll simply write down a command like the same command az group list. So I'm trying to write this command. So if I already have logged into my subscription, it may try to pull my output saying that there are no resources available within your subscription, or else it should throw an error saying that boss, you have to log in into a Unity subscription first, and then you can write on the commands in here. So without logging into your subscription, how do I know your subscription details, right? So let me hit on enter now. So let's see what says it. So if it's able to pull my output saying that there are no resources, that see, it's saying that there are no resources. It's a JSON format. So it means that I'm already logged into my subscription in here. So let me log out. So az log out. So you people no need to do all those things in here. So I have been logged out now. So if I run my command again, see, for example, I'm hitting on top arrows to get my previous commands. First command, my second command, top arrows. Hit on enter now. Earlier it gave you some output, right? Saying that no resources. Now let's see what it says. So now it says that please run az login to set up your account in here within your command prompt. Okay, go ahead, try to copy the same thing, Control C and V, Control V, or Control V or right click, both are the same. See, I'm trying to hit on Control or right click multiple times. I'm able to log in every time and paste my content in here. So right click of your mouse, that will paste it. So hit on enter now. So now it will navigate to my web page automatically. See, it navigate my web page and asking you choose your email ID, and you have been logged to Microsoft account successfully in here. See, I'm able to see my things now. Okay, my subscription is there, enabled, everything is here. So my user ID, everything in here. So it became very simple for me in here. Why? Because I have already logged into my portal level in here. For that reason, it's a single shot. It can provided my things in here. But for you people, sometimes it may go navigate to my page, similar page what you showed you. Navigate to the page in here, and you have to choose your email ID or user ID what you have, and also it may ask you to provide your password. You may need to provide the password. At the same time, it may, for extra security reasons, it may send OTP to your phone number or to your email ID saying that we have a sent OTP, can you place it here? Why all this is happening? Because you are trying to do it for the first time, but after that it may not ask all these these things, extra security level in here again and again. Since it's first time, it may go with the different levels of securities, and once you've done that, finally it may go up to this particular page saying that yes, now this is your subscription you have in here, your tenant ID, your name, all the things. Now I'm able to log in. So now go ahead again, top arrow back in. Now az group list one more time. So you should be able to pull your answers back in again. Perfect. So now this is how you have to log in into the things in here. So what you do, you have to say az login once you set up your account once you install your Azure CLI within your command prompt in here. So now what I want to do, so I don't see any groups in here, I don't see any resource groups in here. So what I will do, I would like to go ahead and I would like to create my new resource group. So what are the different things you require to create a resource group in here? So generally, you go back to my portal, when I click on create in my resource group option in here, so you can see that subscription is anyway mandatory. You have to provide the resource group name and you have to provide the location details in here. So only these two, name and my location, that would be helpful to create your resource group in here. So the same thing I'm trying to do it in here. So what is that? So I'm trying to go with my command az. Az is the this is the particular term you have to the standard one which you have to use before any command what you write in your Azure CLI. It's a standard format. Az. So what do you want to do? I want to do something with my group. Okay. Group. What do you want to do with the group now? Do you want to list it? No. Do you want to delete it? No way, because I don't have any group sets yet. So what do you want to do? I want to create. Oh, you want to create? Go ahead. Say as a group create. But to create it, I require two things. What is that? I require my name of my resource group and I require the name of my location as well. No problem. I'll provide my name of my resource group VRIT-RG and my location is something east to west. But if you write in such a manner directly like this, it may not be recognized. So it may say that, okay, is this your location name or is this a location name? Is this your resource group name or is this a resource group name? So can you please mention specifically which is your resource group name and which is a location name? So to make my command line to recognize the the exact names, what I'll do, I'll try to add small syntax in here. That's nothing but see, to before my location I'm trying to add hyphen location space. So whenever you write hyphen location and whatever you mention after that, this will be treated as your location in here. Similarly for my name, I have to mention like hyphen name in here, or you can provide like a resource hyphen group in here. So whenever you see hyphen resource hyphen group, it means that your Azure CLI treats whatever is coming next to this particular term hyphen resource group. This particular term will be treated as name of my resource group in here. Similarly, to mention my location, what you have to do, you have to mention like hyphen location in here. So only these two things you have to mention. That's it. So simply mention this particular command, what you can do, you can go ahead and you can create a new resource group within your subscription level. So let's copy this one, copy it, go back in here and right click. Sometimes I don't know why this copy doesn't work. Copy, right click. Yeah, now it worked. Now hit on enter. Now let's see what happens. So it will try to, anyway you already subscribed, you are entering into your subscription now. See, so quickly it provided your the resource group and location is my east west. So this is coming again in what? In your JSON format. So you won't see this one when you're trying to create in your portal level. It simply says that deployment in progress and this deployment is done, go to the resources. That's what it says within the portal level. But internally, what's actually happening, they're trying to pull the things as part of, in the format of your JSON backend again. Okay. So whatever you have in here, see everything, even this is in JSON format. So name, your tenant ID, your username again, username and type of user. So your ID, everything, whatever you see in here, this is again JSON format again. The same thing, you can find the JSON format again in here. See now, if you go back to my portal, go home, go to resource group in here, I can see my VRIT-RG in the East US has been created successfully in here. So where you have done that, I have done it in my command prompt, but I can see the things have been synced within my portal level. So you can see it here as well. Okay. So if you're trying to create one more new thing here, even that will be reflected in here as well. So let me go now. Let me create a resource group from my portal level. Let's see whether it's been getting things to my command prompt or not. So here I'm trying to go something like my Devops-RG, and I would like to create in West US in here. Go review plus create. Now go ahead and click on create. So it's validating and it start running the things in here. So it's done. So quick. It's done in even in here. So it says go to resource group. You can review the things what you have inside that. So now I can see my new things came up within my list. So let's see that one, whether the new things has been listed out now along with my VRAT-RG or not. So hitting on top arrows to get my list, but I want to see my output in a tabular format. So -O, hyphen small o and a table. Hit on enter. So now I should be able to see two things, Devops-RG, perfect, and my VRAT-RG. So whatever you do, you may be doing the things within your command prompt, or you may be doing within your portal level. Whatever you do, everything will be in sync in here, because you have logged in within your subscription, your accounts in here, and even here as well, I've been logged into my subscription here. So both are the same, but you're trying to maintain your things, or you're trying to access your your account in different manner. That's it, nothing more than that. Okay, so similar to this, currently I would like to also see the commands. How can you create a virtual machine, for example? So now I'm able to go ahead and I'm able to see my resource group. Okay, we are able to list my resource group. I'm able to create my resource group. Similarly, let's go and delete a resource group. So what's the command for that? AZ, anyway it's common. Now I want to do something again with my group in here. Okay, what do you want to do now? I want to delete. Okay, what do you want to delete? Mention your resource group name and hit on enter. Okay, I'm sorry, it may throw an error because before mentioning the resource group name, what I told you, I have to mention hyphen resource group. So it's so good in here is that it's helping us. Okay, can you try this one if you want, whatever you want to go. So this will be deleting a resource group. Okay, or the group list. So it's trying to pull all your resource group in here, where you can look at in west. Suppose you want to pull only the all the things which has been located in west US. So it's trying to help us with multiple things in here, or it's asking you to go ahead and try to see this, but go and access this HTTP URL in here, where you can find multiple options over there for your reference documentation. So it's helping us a lot. So again, go back. Instead of writing out my things directly, I would like to do hyphen resource hyphen group space, and now end. I would like to bring my pointer towards my end. Hit on enter. Now it should go ahead and it will try to delete. It's asking you, do you want to perform this operation? For sure, yes. Go ahead and it will try to delete my things in here. So this is one of the way. Or if you don't want, okay, say start running now. If you don't want this particular things to be prompted, then what you do? It's very simple. Just add. Let me go back in here. This is for just add -y here itself. So when you mention -y in here, it means that yes, it's confirmed. Don't ask me again. Don't prompt me like this had you prompt earlier. Okay, so it's confirmed. Go ahead and try to delete my things in here. Okay, so what is that? To very first point, how can we list out the resource groups in our subscription? So second, how can you do that? By simply using AZ group list. This is one of the thing where this will provide it in your JSON format. Other one, AZ group list -o table. This will be providing simple tabular format. Okay. So this is the first one. Similarly, second one is like, how can we create the resource group? And that syntax is the one. This is the what the syntax you have to go with. And similarly, third one, how can we delete the resource group? This is syntax along with the confirmation. So along with confirmation. by simply mentioning -y. This is not a mandatory, guys. This is optional. If you don't mention in here, it will ask you, do you want to do that things for you? Or if you're trying to mention it directly here, it will never ask you anything. It directly go and delete the things in here. That's a the usage of -y in here. So now let me check it out. Yeah, it's telling it's done. Now if you go back and try to see the list of table, again of group of list. Now since you deleted your Devops-rg, now you should come with only one thing. There's nothing but your VRIT-rg in here. And similarly here as well. Let's see. So refresh your page. It's gone. So I can see only one resource group again in here. Okay, so now let me try to run with you with respect to -y what we have in here. So here I'm trying to provide now VRIT-rg. So let's try to run this one, or let's go ahead. Yeah, so instead of this one, I'll try to go with my VRIT-rg and the -y. This is what we discussed, right? Go ahead and hit on enter. So now it directly start running. It never prompts you for any confirmation as it did for earlier in this case in here. See, it started running in here. So that's the reason I told you that this will try to confirm along with the confirmation you can provide in here. Or else even without this also it works, but you have to mention only why after that when it prompts up the things. Okay, so the very first step of once you download, let me write down this one as well, write down this particular part as well, download the Azure CLI to our local system and install. First step. Second thing, go to the command prompt and what you say az login, and it will navigate to your respective web app, web pages, choose your email ID, password, and it may ask you security questions. I mean it may send you OTP to your mobile number or your email ID. Paste that, finally come back in here, so you'll be logged into your subscription in here. So after that you can go with all things what you have in here. Okay, so similar case. Now what I want to do, how can we create the virtual machine, or how can we create the Windows virtual machine, how can you create a Linux virtual machines? Again, we have multiple things in here. So anyway, every command starts with az. Now what you want to do, I want to go with my VM because I'm trying to do something with my VM in here. So what do you want to do with VM? Is it like again listing out your VM, or you're deleting out your VM, or you creating of your VM? What are you trying to do in here? I'm trying to create my VM in here. Okay, if you want, you can list out the VM. Similar case, instead of az group list, you can go with your something like your VM list, or storage account list. So what is the resource you want to provide your name in here. So and find the cell list. It'll try to provide the things as per your requirement what you have in here. Okay, so now az VM create, very good. But as you have the kind of some kind of properties with respect to my resource group, similar to that, what are the things I need to go with respect to my virtual machine in here. So for that, you no need to by heart. So we have good documentation in the Google level itself. So go to Google. Let me check what happened to this one. Yeah, it's done. So refresh, it's gone. But I'm trying to create it again because I need my you have to mention your resource group name while you're trying to create your virtual machine. So I'm trying to go ahead and I'm trying to create again one more time. So here az group create resource group, everything looking good, hit on enter. So I'm trying to create it again. Okay, so meanwhile let it create. Meanwhile, let's go back to my Google and let's search for the syntax for VM create. Az VM create. See, AZVM, Microsoft documentation. So click on your docs in here. Yeah. So here I can see AZVM delete, AZVM list. So you have a lot many things in here. You see AZVM capture. You remember we captured the virtual machine. So AZVM capture. So let's in this same thing we can see AZVM create. Just go ahead and click on this option in here. AZVM create. See AZVM create. So if you see here, I can see lot many options available in here. See, all these things are required to create your virtual machine. So this is such a huge thing. But don't think this all these are mandatory. So when you're trying to create a virtual machine, in generally what you have done, guys, if you remember, I went into my virtual machine here and I try to click on create. So here mostly you chose your resource group name. So you have to mention your resource group name for sure. You have to provide your name of your virtual machine for sure, and you have to this is like is I'm not touching this one because whatever the resource group name you choose, the same location will be in here as well. So by default, you can see no infrastructure attendance required. So you don't need to provide this option here. Security type also by default is standard. Image, yes, I need to mention what kind of Linux system you want to, what kind of virtual machine you want to create in here. So this main part and your, size also by default you can see standard B2S some size in here. Correct. But authentication, I would like to go to the password in here. So user ID, password, all those things I have to mention in here. And allowed ports by default you can see SSH. So it's 443 to 22 port is enabled in here. So I would like to go with only the same thing. I don't want to enable anything else in here. So only within the basic level you may need to provide some information, but you no need to provide go to disk in here. Nothing required because everything whatever you have default, let it go. Even networking also, I don't want to touch anything in here because what are the things you will be getting provided by default, let it go. Management, advanced, tax, nothing to touch. Only one thing you're trying to go with what? Your basics. So in your basics, you have to provide your resource group name, you have to provide your virtual machine name, you have to provide your image name, you have to provide your username and password, and that's it. Using these 4 to 5 options, you can be able to create your virtual machine successfully. And rest of the things, even though you see here lot many options in here, or if you do not mention it, it'll try to take all the things by default. But if you're trying to mention it, then it may consider what you're mentioning in here. If you do not consider, if you do not mention within your command line, then it may take all other things by default values what we have, or it will be taken care by Azure internal. The main two things, what is that? Your name and your resource. This is the mandatory part. But whatever you see within your brackets in here, all this, this is important again. So within these two, it may not have helpful for you to create the things in here. So these two are important. And apart from this, all other things, what you have, see your tags, your zones, your redundancies, what you have, your storage account, all those things are not a mandatory. So your OS disk size in here, your space in here, all those things are, but you can go with default pieces. You can allow your Azure to take them, this you can allow your Azure to decide to take the default values in here. So if you see here, they provide examples as well. So here they're trying to provide some Ubuntu system, the Linux system in here. So when you say Linux, you have two things here. So you have to provide your, again, the resource group name and your VM name and the image name. So these three are mandatory. But along with this, I have to provide my user ID and password as well for authentication purpose. So let's try to run this particular small thing and see what actually happens. So I'm trying to copy this one. I'm not pasting it directly, but I'm trying to put it here. So AZ VM create -n. So as we mentioned, like resource group in here to mention your name of your resource group, and as we mentioned, like hyphen location in here to mention your location name for your resource group perspective. Similarly, with respect to my virtual machine, to mention my name, I have to go with -n. To mention my resource group name, I can go with -g. To mention my image name, I have to go with my hyphen image. So or else instead of this one, you can also mention hyphen name as well, because that's what they mentioned in here. See, AZVM hyphen name and provide the name. Hyphen the same resource hyphen group, what you saw in your resource group, provide that in here. So you can even use this particular part as well. So, but make sure what is the resource group name you provide, that should have been created by default. I mean, earlier when you try to create a virtual machine in here. Okay, so you can't create your resource group within while you're trying to create a virtual machine here. So it is possible only when you're trying to go with your portal level. So even here you don't have your new resource group, you can provide the name in here and you can go ahead. So in this scenario, what will happen, your resource group will be created first and then it starts creating your instance in here. But when you're trying to go with the command line, it's not the case. If this is resource group is not available, it will fail saying that resource group is not available in here. So for sure, when you try to write any command line with respect to my virtual machine, make sure the resource group is already created for you and then use the existing resource group in here. Okay, so now I'm trying to make a change in here like Linux hyphen VM and resource group name. Let me check it out. Yeah, it's got created successfully. I'm trying to use the same thing here again. I believe go back home, discard resource groups. Yeah, I can see it's got created in here as well. So I'm trying to use the same resource group now. VRIT-RG and my image. So let me run this one. So along with this, see, let's see what it asks you. Or like, or you can generate through another saying for you, where is your username and password? Because you know, even once this got created, you have to access that virtual machine, right? So how can you access it? So you have to provide your username as well as password. For that reason being, give a space and try to add the user ID password. To add user ID password, similar to, you know, to mention your resource group name or to mention your name, you have such kind of things in here. Similar to that, to mention your user ID and password, you have the things like this. So hyphen admin hyphen username. Copy this one, go back here, provide your username in here. So what is username? Simple again, VRIT admin. Again, provide a space. Now go back here and copy your hyphen admin password. So go back here and provide it. So give a space again. Now my password I need to provide in here. What is that? Capital V R I T admin at the rate of 1 2 3 4 and 5, for example. So this is my total syntax to create my virtual machine in here. This is my total syntax to to create my virtual machine in here. So let me copy this syntax and let me run it and let's see whether we are able to create your Linux virtual machine Ubuntu system successfully or not. So go ahead, copy it, come back here, paste it. See, I've just pasted my syntax azvm create hyphen and Linux VM is my name in here. My resource group is already existing. This is my Ubuntu image, my user ID and my password. And rest of the things what you haven't mentioned, everything will be taken by default. Okay, go ahead, hit on enter.
Sham Sachin here.
Yes, Sachin.
I mean, I have since we're talking about the VMs, is there any way we can restrict our EM from others to copy our source code from the VM?
What do you mean by source code?
Let's say we have created a VM, and from that particular VM, no one should copy or whatever we deploy or insert the codes in that particular VM. So is there any way we can restrict from others to, like, copy and paste?
Okay, so there is a way where we can provide the access to the VM, or similarly, there's a way where you cannot provide access to, I mean, both restrictions to the VM as well. It's not like with respect to only the source code like that, but you can't access that VM totally. So you are trying to restrict directly to the VM in here. So there is a way. So if you remember, like we have added users earlier in the Active Directory, very early stages. Um, so within your Active Directory, go back home. You can type as something like Active Directory, Azure Active Directory in here. Click on here. So within my Active Default Directory or Active Directory, what I have. So you can see users. So here you can add users. Currently, I can see only one user in here. So I can.
Right.
Who are the people who are being involved in your team? So you can invite that user in here. You can
Okay.
invite the people in here. So this is what you're trying to provide your access to the subscription. First of all, you're trying to add your the people within your list in here. For example, here I'm trying to add something like Raman Satya, for example, and I provided some address like a Raman Satya at the rate of Gmail. What are the mail you have? Gmail.com, for example, and I just invited him. So there's an invitation going on to this particular email. So he can see a new email will be sent to his email ID. At the same time, I can see the Raman Satya is been added to my list in here. This is a guest user. So now
Right.
I want my VM to be accessed only by this particular person. I don't want, or I want my VM to be accessed only by my Sham. I don't want to use by Raman Satya in here. So currently my team I have both, but I want to access my VM to only by Sham, but not my Raman. So what you do after adding it here in the Active Directory, go back home. So go to the virtual machine which is being created. Yeah, now I can see here my VM is running. My VM has been created successfully and my VM is running in here in the east west and my Linux VM in here. So go back and check it out in your virtual machines now. So I can see my Linux VM and it's running successfully in here. So within my Linux VM, so you can see, access control. Just click on access control in here. So you can see add role assignment. Click on your add role assignment in here. And this is for what? With respect to your Linux VM, what you have in here. So what kind of access you want to provide in here? Is it like owner
Okay.
access, contributor access, or reader access? So you can provide only the reading, but so but it does not make any changes in here, or you cannot do anything in here. So you can provide the access in here, the such kind of access in here. Or if you want to go with respect to my any specific restrictions part, you can check it out in here as well. So there are lot many things. See virtual machine contributor, virtual machine, administrator login. So you have few things in here. Virtual machine user login. So like it's like you can log into things and you can see the things in here. So here, but not let's manage virtual machine, but not access to them.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
What happened? Error display content. Something went wrong. Let me go back. Choose next. Yeah, go with your manage identity. in here. And now you can see, so you can select by name in here. You can select by name what the name you want to go with. So like suppose like Raman, and you can select this. Actually, you can directly get from the level, this particular level only, but somehow not able to get the things in here. So these are all your admin related stuff. So you can select the members, and when you click on review plus assign it, automatically that particular person going forward, we can only view, but he cannot make any changes, or he cannot do anything in here. So even that is can be done with using this kind of
Got it.
things in here. So there may be lot many restricted roles. So based upon the role you want to choose in here, based upon that he can go within here. So probably your admin may knows even more the things what you have in here. All categories you can see the things in here to restrict or to to just to monitor. Can only read the monitoring the data, only can read the things in here. So if you want to provide the reader access, you can go ahead here. Something went wrong. um, View my access. It has full access to all this resource subscription. Sham Kumar assignments Linux VM. Okay, very good. For this specific to this particular roles, yeah, I can have all the contributor access. So I can go and I can do whatever I want. Okay, very good. I think that's a problem I have. So if you see here, I'm trying to view my access here. It's showing me the role like contributor. Contributor means see what it says. Yeah, sorry guys, having some network issues in here. So if you see here, I have only contributor access. So what is the contributor access in here? So the contributor access is one thing where you will be having full role, you have be full permissions as your owner has. But the problem in here is like the contributor cannot give you access to some other person as your owner do in here. If you go and check it out here, so it says that it grants full permission or full access to the manage all resources, but does not allow you to assign roles in Azure RBAC, role-based Azure things in here. So you cannot share your image galleries, or or you cannot assign roles to some other person as your owner does. So having the access to owner or having access to contributor is different in here. Okay, so that's the reason being probably when I'm trying to add my access to some other some other person, it's trying to deny the things in here. It's trying to provide me some kind of error saying that you maybe is not you're not eligible to provide the access to some other person. But if you have a owner access, then yes, you can do that. So probably since I created using my command prompt from third party kind of stuff, it's giving me contributor access. But if you're trying to go with your directly with your main thing, it should provide you owner access in here. Then you should be able to do the things what you have in here. Okay, but anyway, all this your admin stuff. No, it's not mandatory for us because we are only working part. We don't bother about the access. What do you? It's not like we provide the access to people, but admin will try to do for that all these things for us. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Shyam.
Right, guys. So this is like you are able to successfully create your virtual machines in here. At the same time, you can also, now you can see the list. So you can see the AZ VM list -o table, hit on enter. Now you should be able to pull the list of things. See here, saying that, and zones, no redundancy, because I have never mentioned anything to be enabled in here. So it's zero, nothing. So no backup in here. So similarly, if you want to delete your VM, then again, AZ delete VM hyphen resource group name, or let me go with only my name of my VM. What is that? My Linux VM. Let's see what it says. And okay, let me hit an enter. So this is simple, right? Then generally, as you're trying to do with the resource group, similar to that, it's trying to provide things in here as well. So it threw me some error. Very good. So it's saying that, boss, if you want to delete any VM, it's not, name is not only enough. What we require? We require your resource group as well. So it's a group, it's a grouping in deleting your group. So try to go DEL, it is misspelled or organization system. Okay, AZ. Oh yeah, I made a mistake in here, guys. So it's not delete VM. I want to say VM delete as usual. Now go ahead. Let me check. Now let's see what it asks. So it's asking you resource group is already also is mandatory. So you have to mention even this as well. So let me add that as well. Hyphen resource hyphen group, and my group name is VRIT-RG. Now let's go and see what happens. Yeah, yes, go ahead and do it. Even here as well, if we add -y, then it will never ask you for that particular part. It's running now successfully. So now similarly, how can we delete the virtual machine? This is the syntax, and -y would help us to. So what is that? So simply maintaining your name may not helpful, but you have to mention your resource group as well. So even though you don't know, not a problem. So it's helping us to do the things. What this is what is required, or this is try this one, or you can all those things in here. So helping us. So just try to mention minimum things. Based upon that, it will go ahead and it will try to help you out with the rest of things in here. Okay, so listing out your VM, deleting your VM, creating a VM in here. So similar to this, you can also go with your Windows system as well. Okay, and you can provide your Windows in here, Windows 2019 data center, something like that, so that it will try to create your Windows virtual machine as well. Similar to this, exactly what you have done in here. So similar cases, you can also go and create your, how can we create your storage account? Again, AZ storage account. So these two here, we have to mention what is to what you want to do. What I want to do now, I want to create. See, everywhere it's common. What you will create, delete, or list out the things in here. Only thing is that the respective kind of resource will keep on changing in here. That's it. The group or your VM or the storage account or the ACR, whatever you're trying to go, that will only will be making changes in here. So for you, similar to my creating a storage account as well, you have to provide what? Simply your name and your resource group. So as you, because for storage account you don't have all those things in here, right? Simply providing your name and resource group is more than enough in here. So if you don't know, no problem, go ahead and you can go in here, or you can simply say AZ storage account create. So this again, you can see multiple documentation coming up. See AZ storage account delete, create. So again, name in the resource group, and you can see lot many things in here. So it's not by all these are mandatory. So you can simply use a simple one. AZ storage account create, the name of the storage account, the group, the location, and the SKU. So this is very, very important, because based upon the SKU only, right, which is like LRS, ZRS, zone redundant system, the redundancy. So it's like here with respect to my storage account, I can't go with, like, with no redundancy in here. For sure, you will be having redundancy here, but the basic one is LRS. So you can go within here. Okay, so this is your resource group. You're mentioning your location, mentioning in here. So using this particular syntaxes, you can go ahead and you can try to create your storage account in here. So this is my name. So you can provide the name, you can provide a resource group in here. So this would be your the location what you mentioned within your resource group will be a primary location. So this will be a secondary location, and this is your LRS, because you're trying to have your backup as well in here. So LRS. So you can go with ZRS, ZZRS, all those things we discussed when we saw your storage account. So try to run such kind of things and see whether you're able to create your storage accounts or not in here. Similarly, how can I delete that? So to delete it, this option. Is this storage account delete? All this is not required. Using resource ID is not required. As you can see, is this storage account delete? The name of my storage account and my resource group is exactly same to your virtual machine in here. How can we delete the storage account? The same thing. So just follow the steps. So each and everything is it's a kind of a easy commands where you're trying to run in here, so that based upon those commands you can go ahead and you can create the things in here. Okay. So you can go the same thing in here if you want. So my resource group is not available for sure. So I believe we are at -rg is available. Let me check what's the current status. It's done. So your VM has been deleted. Go back here, refresh your page. I don't see anything in here. Very good. Go back to my resource group. Let me check my resource groups in here. Yeah, I can see my VR at -rg is still running. So you can use this particular thing within my storage account in here. So go ahead, simply copy this one and try to paste it. Enter. So automatically the name will be my storage account, and the resource group is VR at -rg. Is this in the east US is my primary location. This will be the secondary location here, and it start running the things in here. Okay, so try this all the command guys one after one, so that is it like alternative way to run your things, or so this is already taken. So the name is already taken in here. This is like a Gmail ID. So I try to go with my VRIT solution HYD storage account. Oh, it should be in small letters. Very sorry. VRIT solution Hyderabad storage account. Home, Control C, back here. Oh, let me go top, and here VRIT solution HYD storage account. Now this name is not there. I probably am anticipating. It should start running the things in here. Yeah, see, started running. Okay, so it start go ahead and try to create your storage account successfully. within few minutes in here. Similarly, if you want to delete your storage account, same thing. Provide your name of your storage account in here and provide the resource group name. Sorry, I think I have done in reverse order. This the same syntax. You can go ahead and you can delete your storage account in here successfully. So it's done, successfully created. So go back and go home. Click on your storage accounts. Refresh. See, we are at solution Hyderabad as second seat. So similarly, now I would like to go and delete it. Go and delete that. Do you want to show? Yeah, you can add Y even so that it helps you not to prompt anything in here. So this. So these are different commands, guys. So within the Azure level, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to write down the command lines, all the things. So now you may got an idea, okay, what's going on in here. So what you're trying to do things in here. So similarly, if you want to go and create your web application, you can go and create the things as well. So you can find your syntaxes from a web application as well. Or you can say AZ app service create. See, AZ app service create Microsoft documentation. So you should be able to see the commands AZ app. Second, this is something different for me. Web app, Microsoft Doc. Yeah. So you can see AZ web app creations. So again, the plan, the resource group name, you know, when you try to go with the web application, you have to choose a plan, right? What kind of plan you're trying to go with. So similar kind, you can see AZ web app create your resource group name, my plan, the plan name, and your things in here. So based upon things, you can go and you can try to, you know, or you can delete, create your things as well, web application as well. For everything you have, this is like multiple examples you have in here from Docker Hub. You don't know about your content registry in here as of now, so forget about all these things. Just try to go with the initial stage what you're into. Then some my unique web application name. Even here, web application name also should be unique through your domain, or else it will throw an error in here. Okay. So yes, even this has been getting deleted, got deleted. So go and refresh, it's gone. No storage account to display. Okay, so that's all, guys. With respect to AZ commands, what we have in here. So going forward, what I will do, like now within my command prompt, everything what I have done is like, you know, I just did writing only one command in here, just writing one command at a time in here. But I don't have, you know, I cannot run multiple commands at a time. So supposing that I want to list out my resource group first, and after that I want to create my new resource group in here, and again I want to list out my resource group again to see whether my new resource group is coming in my list or not. Okay, I believe you have done that in the very early stages. So if you go top, you can go one second. So if you it's pointing to the last, since baby is standing here, somehow it's coming here. So what I want to do is like, I want to list my resource group first. Later on, I want to create a new resource group, and again I want to list my resource group again to just to check it out whether my new resource group has been reflect or not. So these are to list out. You have a separate command. To create, I need a separate command. Similar to list out, again a separate command. So this is totally 3 different commands I have to run one after one to see the output. But I don't want to have all those things to run one after one in here. So is there any way where we can put all those things together, and I want to execute the particular script so that all of my commands should be running one after one immediately, one after one automatically. So yes, we do have. For that reason being, we can jump into the concept PowerShell scripting here. So the PowerShell scripting here, we would like to go with the command prompts only in here. So where you try to put all the commands within your one file, and what I'll do, I will try to run this PowerShell script in here. So I'll show you a sample script in here. Go to my PowerShell. All right. So this is my PowerShell scripting. So you can see SD group list, and I can see SD some resource group creation, and again listing my things in here. And I'm trying to list my storage account. I'm trying to create my storage account again, and I'm trying to list it again. So totally 6 commands I have in here. So I would like to go all this command in single shot. Okay, I want to go all these commands in single shot, and I want to see every command has been executed one after one automatically. So how can you do that? So you have to write down PowerShell scripting in here. See PowerShell scripting. So what is the format or what is the extension you have to follow to save your file in your PowerShell script, or what is the syntax to run that your PowerShell script in here? So to run your PowerShell script, this may not be allowed. So within your command prompt, it may not be allowed. So you can run your PowerShell script in your Windows PowerShell in here. So this is different one. So command is different and PowerShell is different. So both are being used for same thing only. Even in here, single line commands also it's been useful. And with my command prompt also single line commands have been triggered. But when you try to go with your scripting level, you cannot run that in your command prompt, but you can run that only in your PowerShell. So we'll see all those things in your upcoming classes, guys. So it's done, gone. So go back to the resource group. I can see only one thing left over. So I would like to delete even this one. Okay, let me provide the name in here. -y. Not start running for this system. Okay, anyway, so we'll try to see all the things what I just spoke. The PowerShell scripting. How can you do this particular? How can you run in here? Or how do you execute things in your PowerShell different mode? We'll try to see all those things here in your upcoming classes. Okay. So I believe you understood. So any questions, guys? Just in case. Okay. So guys, one small announcement with respect to the classes. So there's one urgency. It's emergency for me. So I need to go to my hometown all of a sudden. So I'll be starting sometime today afternoon, and I'll be coming back again on Sunday. So please consider, guys, for these 4 days we will not have classes. Okay, so we can meet again back on Monday. Okay, so sometime on 21st again. So please do consider, guys, because it's emergency for me. I have to I have to start at any cost. Some kind of work where I have to address it immediately. So we have 2 days holidays, and Saturday and any weeks off. So we'll get back again on Monday.
That's fine, Sean.
Thank you, thank you.
Sure, sure.
Hold on, Shyam, take care.
Yeah, thank you, thanks
Please
a
take
lot,
care.
guys. Sure, thanks.
So 21st of this month, right?
Yeah.
So 21st of India time?
Yeah, same time, 21st
Yeah.
again.
Okay, yeah. Okay, fine.
Thank you, guys. Then have a great day ahead, and we'll meet back on Monday, same time again. We'll discuss more on
Sure.
your scripting part. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye.
Have a nice one.